Well, I can't believe it's September of 2021, and we're here to introduce everybody to our September Hero of the Month. Welcome, ladies.
Thank you for having us.
Yes, so I have my good friends Lisa and Marianne, and they are with the NAMI South Suburbs of Chicago chapter of the organization, and we're going to learn a little bit about what they do. So tell us, first of all, what is the National Alliance on Mental Illness?
So the National Alliance on Mental Illness is the largest grassroots organization in the United States. It was started by family members who wanted to not only support the individual that was living, their loved one that was living with mental illness, but the whole family unit as well. You know, oftentimes when somebody is living with mental health, it doesn't just affect just them, it affects the whole family unit. So they dedicated this organization to building better lives for those millions of Americans affected by mental illness. There is a national NAMI, which is actually in Arlington, Virginia. Okay. And they, under their umbrella in each state of the United States, there is a state NAMI. So like, for instance, in the state of Illinois, we have NAMI Illinois, and there's 20 affiliates underneath their umbrella of the state NAMI. So we have like NAMI Chicago, NAMI DuPage, and then of course, us here in the South Suburbs, NAMI South Suburbs of Chicago as well.
Got it. And can you give a little history of when the South Suburbs chapter got started?
Sure. So we actually got started on June 14th of 1984.
Wow.
It was started, it was called AMIS. AMIS. And it was started by a gentleman by the name of John Raleigh, who was a newspaper man, I believe, for the Sun-Times. Was it the Sun-Times? So. Yes. Yeah. So he started our affiliate back then. And with the help of other people on the board, they actually also helped Thresholds to get the South Suburban Thresholds organization here as well. So they got housing and a drop-in center, and they did a lot of really wonderful things for the community. They started our support groups, and so that was back then. It grew, and so about 12 years ago, my mom took over as, Marianne took over as the president of the affiliate. I've been with the vice president now for about the past 8 years. Okay. And so we are just, plugging along and keeping everything going.
And what kind of services do you provide as the South Suburban chapter?
So, it's really interesting. A lot of individuals think that we are a mental health provider, and we're not a mental health provider. We actually help to, support, advocate, and educate those living with mental illness and their families so that they can live better lives. We have many programs. We have our Family to Family program. And why don't you go ahead and give them a little information about Family to Family?
Well, Family to Family is a very wonderful program because it was 12 chapters long. It's been reduced to 10 chapters, and it's a weekly class that the family members attend, and it teaches them advocacy and how to learn about the illnesses that their child might be living with. It helps them realize that this is a long life illness, okay? And with that said, we're going to have to learn many things to help that person get through that hurdle.
Great. So it really is a support then for the family members themselves to provide education.
Yes.
Correct.
Yes. Okay, so that's one of the programs. Name another program.
We also have Family and Friends,
which is a newer program.
Which is kind of it's a shorter version of the Family to Family. Okay. So we also have NAMI Home Front, which is actually for individuals who have a veteran in their family that is affected by PTSD or other mental health conditions, that they can come and learn how to help and to support their veteran. We also have NAMI Basics. NAMI Basics is for parents who have a youth or adolescence that is starting to show symptoms of a mental health condition. And that actually helps them to learn how to help their youth or their adolescent to, get early intervention so that it doesn't, come into, it doesn't get too bad or worse over time.
Right, without treating it, sure.
Yes. We also have In Our Own Voice, which I'm an In Our Own Voice trained facilitator. So that is like an outreach program. So what we do is we go out in the community and we talk about mental health conditions. It's done by two people that are living with a mental illness, because I myself am living with a mental illness myself. And we do this presentation to kind of break the stigma that's associated with mental health conditions.
Sure, because it's really no different than having high blood pressure or diabetes. It's just a condition and you can treat it, and you just need to manage it and know what you can and cannot do, correct?
Exactly. Yes. We also have our support groups. We have our NAMI Connection support group, and we also have our family support group as well. So the family support group is for the family members that have a loved one who is living with a mental illness. And our connection support group is open to anybody that is living with a mental health condition. So it doesn't matter if they're living with depression or schizophrenia or bipolar disorder. It's a place for them to come and just have a discussion, about their mental health condition, with others that may be living with similar disorders.
Right. And what's interesting is that I think that what's most important to know about your program is a lot of people, and this happens in my area and my career as well, is they feel paralyzed because they don't even know where to start. They don't know how to get into a doctor's appointment. They really don't know what it could be or what it couldn't be. They're suspicious that it might be something. So, for example, the program you have for parents is really ideal because they can explore that and try to get to the point of getting help before it does get out of control. Right. So, it really is giving you a place to start. Now, I understand that you're not treaters, but you certainly can refer to somebody to treaters and get them on the path that they need to go as well. Correct?
Oh, yes.
And I think sometimes that's important as well,
Well, with that said, we have Sertoma as a provider, Grand Prairie Services, Thresholds. I think there's Metropolitan Family Services, there's Cornerstone. So there are a number of providers out there, and we refer them and hope that they, can get in, especially with the COVID going on.
Right. Now, how can people get involved and provide support? So let's do this from two different ways. Let's say that somebody's out there and they're listening today and they know that there might be a history of mental health, or they're suspicious that something's going on. Maybe they're a loved one or even somebody that's just struggling and they just don't want to call and make an appointment, but they want to talk to somebody about it. Your organization, I would think, would be a great place for them to start, right?
Yes, exactly. So, when they call, we want to reassure them that they're not alone. We want them to know that there is a community of individuals. 1 in 5 individuals is living with a mental illness in the United States. So that's a large amount of people. Right. Yeah. And so we want to, reassure them that they're not alone, that we're here to help, that we have our support groups if they want to come. And, for any resources that they need, we provide them, with resources. All of our services are free. So there is no charge. They can come to the support group, they can come to the family to family, and it's completely free. So
and they can get the help that they need to get started, right?
Exactly.
Now, let's change the hypothetical and say that you're just somebody that wants to provide support and you are trying to look for a new organization that might be a place that you can service or provide assistance, either financial, volunteer time, etc. Is that something that you could facilitate as well?
Oh, yes. We're always looking for volunteers. And we can also refer them to any other organizations that, as if they would like to volunteer or help out. We are always looking for somebody to come in and, we're looking for support group facilitators. We also, looking for different teachers if they're interested. If they come to the program and they like the program enough and they want to become a family to family instructor, we would actually pay for their training to become an actual instructor as well. So yes.
Interesting. Very good. And how would somebody reach out to you to get involved in that?
Well, we have our website, which is NAMI South Suburbs of Chicago.org.
Okay.
We have our affiliate phone number, which is 708-852-9126. Or you can actually email us at NAMI South Suburbs of Chicago@gmail.com.
So a lot of different ways to go out and to get involved and to contact you. But now tell me, do you have any events or anything coming up that might be a fundraiser or something that somebody can maybe get a more in-depth introduction into your organization?
Yeah. Well, actually, we just had our NAMI walk on September 18th, and we were really excited because we raised $4,200 for our affiliate. That money helps us to continue to continue to provide all of our trainings for free. But we also have some NAMI Illinois has their state conference coming up on October 15th and 16th. So it's a minimal fee. It's 2 days and it's a virtual conference. So if anybody would be interested, they can contact us and we can put them in contact with NAMI Illinois. We also have in November, we have our Burgers for Blankets fundraiser. So this is a really fun fundraiser. So basically, we are going to be doing this in association with Lassen's Tap in Homewood. So if you come to our event and bring a blanket, you get a burger for dropping off a blanket that is going to be disseminated to different homeless shelters in the south suburbs of Chicago.
Very well. So a lot of nice things that people can get involved in and do different things for the organization. So if you're listening out there today and you're thinking, boy, I don't even know where to start, I don't know where to turn, this is really a great place to start. You know, a lot of people are fearful of taking that first step for a medical appointment, right? To go to a doctor or a therapist or looking at a psychiatrist. But this is a way that you can get information without doing all of that and just really understanding what your options are and to take away the stigma, really, right?
Yes. You know, stigma is such a barrier for individuals trying to get the help that they need. You know, a lot of individuals are very afraid to step up and just, you know, and to admit that they have a mental disorder because of that stigma that's out there, the community stigma, and even that self-stigma. You know, we as individuals with mental health conditions stigmatize ourselves. You know, we think that, you know, I should be stronger than this. You know, things like this shouldn't happen to people like me. You know, how can somebody else love me if I don't love myself? You know, and so it's really a big one of the biggest barriers to individuals when they're trying to get the help that they need.
Right. And it's a daily pursuit, you know. Marianne, you wanted to add something there.
Yeah, we're actually partnering with Bremen Township, the senior center there on Oak Park Avenue. We're going to start holding some of our family-to-family classes there and eventually some of our family support groups. Our support groups right now are the second Saturday of the month for family members, and I do it via Zoom, so if they contact me, I can send them the link. And then we have the fourth Wednesday of the month. We're at Christ Lutheran Orland Church in Orland Park, Illinois.
Nice.
For family members to come to.
Right. So it can be the individual or the family members. Right.
Yes.
And
I do have one other thing. In November, we are co-sponsoring a youth mental health first aid and a mental health first aid training. We're sponsoring 2 trainings with Sertoma Center. So those will be on Friday, November 5th, we will have the youth mental health first aid. And then Friday, November 19th, we'll have mental health first aid training.
Wow, that's fantastic. So all these opportunities for people to really get involved, to understand what's happening, to learn more about it. And I think that learning more and accepting and helping to eliminate the stigma that people, you know, not just the people who have mental health conditions, but the families and the employers and all those items, if we can all work together and move forward in a positive way, it's just better for our community as a whole. So we really appreciate the time and effort that the two of you put in each and every day. I know that you've been around a long time and your dedication and loyalty is really appreciated by our firm. we do family law and we see this a lot where people just didn't reach out. They didn't take that first step. And sometimes that phone call, that contact by sending an email. But I got to tell you, Lisa and Marianne are very competent. They're very nice. They're very kind, and they won't put that association. You'll feel comfortable and to be able to get the help that you need. So I hope that if you're listening, please reach out in any capacity that you can, and let's support NAMI and the South Suburbs of Chicago chapter. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you so much.
Take care.
Okay.
Bye-bye.